Y'all should be good.
Okay, we are live. Hi, Stacy Hall here, and I'm being joined by Terry and Tiffany today. And we are going to help introduce you to the 9 requirements it takes to have a LinkedIn profile in order to be an all-star. So I want to give a couple of cautions, if you will, or ground rules, or apologies right up front. We have a lot to cover in this day 2 session. And I know that there are folks who are already asking questions about what category do you fit in with personal services and why is that important? And all of that. I'm going to ask you all to take a big, deep breath right now. Please take a deep breath, because what I'm introducing you to is during this challenge is the rules of the game. So Tiffany and Terry, if you'll go ahead and unmute. Tiffany, have you ever learned to play poker? Or Terry, have either one of you ever learned to play poker? Yeah. Tiffany has. All right. So you know that you learned a little bit, you could bluff your way a little bit, but to really win at poker, you got to know what you're doing, right? You've got to know the terminology. You have to know how to read the cards, read the other players. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Terry, you never learned to play poker?
Cards defy me.
Okay. Did you ever learn to play Monopoly?
Yes, that I did.
Okay. So there's rules to Monopoly, right?
Yeah.
All right. So for everybody out there, I'm introducing you, we today are introducing you to the rules of how to play LinkedIn. And I'm going to just escape from this for just a moment, and we're going to pull up, if you will.
We should have the gambler playing.
Say again?
We should have the gambler playing.
I get, well, it's not really a gamble though. That's the difference between poker and LinkedIn, but looking like a professional, being able to show up at the table like a professional does require knowing what category you fit in. Let's see. Can you guys see that on my screen now?
Yes.
You able to see that? Okay. Well, LinkedIn was created for professionals to talk to professionals. Now, what you're not going to see on here, of course, are doctors, nurses, there's lawyers here, but doctors and nurses and chiropractors automatically are considered professionals. And they have a way of connecting with each other on LinkedIn. However, LinkedIn did not start out for the healthcare industry specifically. It started out to be business to business, and these are business categories. So I read through some of the comments already when I put this up, and people are saying, well, where's network marketing? Network marketing is not considered a professional service. It's a consumer service. So for all of you, if you didn't know that, that is the whole point. Taking the whole sales force part of it out as employees, because we're not employees. If we're in network marketing, we are not in a business to business situation. Now, some of you would say, well, then I can't go on LinkedIn. Well, no, because yesterday we showed you there's plenty of people who call themselves network marketers because they just created that category on LinkedIn. And here's what I really want you all to understand. And I just answered this question in the group for somebody who said, I want to attract salespeople. Okay, but that's not where it begins on LinkedIn. If we want to attract people who are in corporate sales or in network marketing, we have to have a service that they want. So calling ourselves a network marketer means the only people we will really ever get to connect with are other network marketers. And it's network marketer to network marketer. And it's kind of like this, right? There's no this. What does another network marketer need from us? Other network marketers may need MLSP. So let's take a look at where MLSP would fit. So Tiffany, where do you think, if you've got MLSP to offer as a service, what category would you choose here?
I would say consulting
Could be consulting. And if it's
or
consulting, then
recruiting.
then if you said consulting, which title under consulting?
I would probably go with business advisory
And what do you think business advisory means?
to help guide them on the affiliate side of your network marketing.
Okay. Do you think most people in network marketing know what a business advisor is, and would they need one?
Probably not. More like mentoring and
Right, but that's not there.
right.
So choose another category.
Okay.
See, this is how we have to think, is not, I want this, it's what would someone that I want to meet need as a service? So they're here and I'm here and I say, here, I can help you. So Tiffany, what might be another category? If you're offering MLSP, and MLSP provides social media tools and training, that's what MLSP is, where would it fit?
I would look at marketing
Okay, which title?
for digital and branding.
Okay, so those are two titles. Choose
Okay.
one.
I thought it was together there. Okay. I would say branding.
Okay, so you could call yourself a branding expert or a branding consultant because you have MLSP services. If you want to both support network marketers and other entrepreneurs, can you see that? But if you just call yourself a network marketing person, most corporate people aren't going to come looking. I'm looking for a network marketer here on LinkedIn. It's not happening. What's opening up for you? Anything, Tiffany?
I would say also even on, like I was saying, I thought it was together there, but even for digital marketing.
Yeah, you have to choose one for your title.
I definitely would say branding because I even have that in part of my profile as branding.
Okay, so you may need to change your profile because you said you have it as part, and we're going to come back to that in a moment. Terry, where do you think, if you wanted to serve network marketers, what did you want to serve them with? What service do you have for network marketers? Terry?
Yeah, I would also say branding.
Okay, well, what service do you have?
I help them to brand themselves.
Okay, through MLSP, or do you have
Right.
something else that you help with?
Through
branding?
MLSP.
Okay, great. I would probably call it marketing strategy and planning.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not telling anybody you're wrong. I truly am not going to tell you. You choose what you feel most comfortable with. I'm saying for me, I come up with strategies. My background is all strategic. So for me, I would say I'm a marketing strategy and planning expert or consultant. So my point, can you see my point is you no longer want to have network marketing in your profile. You
Right.
want to put your business service in your profile. So there we go. And we're going to go further into this. So I'm going to get out of this, and hopefully everybody over in MLSP now, if you're asking me questions, do I do this or do I do that? I've got to tell you, this is where the apology comes in today. Got 9 points to cover for you to set up your profile. We'll be lucky if we get that done in an hour. That's my aim, help with Tiffany and Terry's help. Brian and I talked about this earlier. I said, I'm already seeing all these questions about what to call myself. If you stick around till Wednesday, the final day, we've got a solution, we think, for those of you who get all the way through the challenge, still want to do LinkedIn, and you're not sure you found your perfect title yet. I think we've got a solution for you on Wednesday. So stick around, but let's go ahead and I'm going to close that down and come to the presentation. And let's get into the 9 requirements that LinkedIn requires for us to have a profile that is considered all-star. And Terry and Tiffany, you both checked yours this morning and you've qualified, right?
Yes.
You now have the
Yes.
all-star distinction. Now, nobody other than you can see that on your profile. So I want everybody in MLSP to know only you get to see that distinction. But why is it important? It's important because for this reason, I don't know what if you can see my screen or not. Can everybody see my screen well there? Is there anything hiding
Yes,
it?
we see it.
Okay. So it says profiles with an all-star rating are 27 times more likely to be found in recruiter searches. Now, that doesn't just mean job recruiters. That means people searching for services. LinkedIn is going to show your profile that much more often. Because LinkedIn decides, just like in the newsfeed, who they're going to show or who they're going to suggest to people. You also benefit from 3 times more profile traffic from searches, feed, and your own network. Yeah, if we can mute that, that would be great. Okay. So that's why you want an all-star profile, because LinkedIn will do the work for you. Okay, so number 1, we want to add current professional profile photo. Professional profile photo. What I'm about to show you, I'm going to let you guys decide. Those at home watching, Tiffany and Terry, you decide if what we've got here are professional photos. So this is Tiffany. Tiffany, would you say that's a professional headshot?
No, it could be, I think, clearer.
What do you mean by clear?
I think you know, like it should be a more closer up of my face.
Yes. A professional headshot is where we are looking straight at the camera and we look like a business person. We look like we would if we were doing business. And some of you are going to say, well, I want to look more casual. Okay, that's Facebook. That's one of the distinctions. The profile photo we have on Facebook where we look like we're more fun, more relaxed, that's a Facebook photo. A headshot is where it looks like it was professionally taken. So Tiffany, I'm only giving you the rules of the game, right? You decide what you want to do with the rules. All right, and here we've got your educational consultant, okay, at bio rates. But who do you want to reach?
I was going after people
No, you're
of
chasing. And remember, we have the lighthouse. So standing still,
right.
who do you want to have come to you?
Health and wellness people.
Okay. Do you think they know what BioRains is?
They may. There's a
You
lot.
see? No, you just gave me. They may. This means nothing. Educational consult and folks at home. Yeah, I'm going to be a little tough because if we're going to play the game, there's rules. Yes, this will work. No, that won't work. So Tiffany, if LinkedIn's going to send people your way and all they're going to see is educational consultant at BioRains and business mentor, can you see where there's confusion there? You have not said what you do. You have not said what your service is. So what would be your service now? What service do the health and wellness people require? What are they going to be looking for here on LinkedIn?
I would say productivity strategies.
There you go. Productivity is productivity strategist, productivity consultant. And then what are you going to offer to them? Do you have productivity strategies?
Yes.
Perfect. That's going to be your door in, is productivity strategies. Does that make sense?
Yes.
How do you feel about making this change to your profile?
I'm good with making that change. I appreciate learning that.
Okay, wonderful. All right, let's go on to Terry. Terry, is this a professional headshot?
I don't think so.
Why not? I agree with you. Why not?
Because I have my husband on there, but it's my name.
Well, you have your husband on there. If you were both in business together, it might be a professional headshot. I'm going to
Okay.
tell you, though, it's very much looks like a network marketing kind of headshot.
Okay.
And we have home biz marketer helping baby boomers recover their dreams. Cool tips newsletter to help you grow your biz. Okay, let's make some shifts and changes to that. That is a great title for Facebook.
Yeah.
But what if you said you were a home biz marketing strategist?
Okay.
Okay, Terry, is everything okay? I know you've had
Yeah,
a few
my
calls
daughter
there.
apparently can't get a hold of my husband. I'm trying to.
Okay, so that is okay. If you want to go ahead and just mute up, and I'll just say a few things while you take care of that. That
Okay.
probably is an emergency. Okay, so prayer's over for Terry. All right, so home biz marketing strategist is really all that is needed here on LinkedIn. The baby boomers doesn't matter. Recover their dreams doesn't matter. It's home biz marketing strategist to help you grow your biz. That's what LinkedIn wants, straight up. So Tiffany, does that make sense?
Yes.
Here, can you see the distinction between a Facebook kind of profile where more fun and I'm chatting with, you who's here on Facebook. On LinkedIn, let's get to it. Plus, if we look at her banner photo up here, need help branding your business by branding you, we're here to help. So if it was me to make these two match, I would say home biz branding strategist, branding expert, branding consultant.
Okay.
And then I would just have you here in the shot, Terry.
Okay.
Okay, everything okay? You're back? All good?
Yeah, I'm back. Yep.
Okay. So that's number one. We want to make sure in our profile that we have a headshot. And this is what we're going to talk about. Present a headline that speaks to one audience. One audience. And so this was one of the questions I kept seeing is, well, I do this and I do that. So here's the concept behind the one audience. Which audience that you could serve, this I'm talking to everybody now, of all the audiences you could serve, which audience needs the most amount of your skills, your tools, your opportunities? Okay. So if it's salespeople, if you say anyone in sales, great. There's your audience. But if you say, well, I could help people in corporate marketing, I could help people in network marketing, you're talking to two different audiences. Unless you're really clear what is the one skill that you can do for both. For me, I was in that position. My one skill that serves both is I'm a recruitment and retention expert. Department, I've come from the corporate world. I know how to help corporate managers attract and retain their department people, their staff. And I'm in the network marketing world for for a long time. And I've built teams, large teams. And so the one skill that both need, I am a recruitment and retention strategist and consultant. So yes, we are going to most likely have to play with terminology here because you really must present to one audience. And to make it a little funny, I'm just going to say, so Terry, if you saw somebody on LinkedIn that said that they're both a dog groomer, okay, a dog groomer and a brand strategist, what would that do if their headline said dog groomer, expert dog groomer and brand strategist? What would you think?
They're branding dogs while they groom them. I don't know. That sounds
Exactly. You
funny.
don't know. And a confused mind will always say no. They'll just go, next. This person doesn't know what they're up to. Well, I was going through this and I thought, it's not fair to call people's profiles out. I'm not talking about MLSP people, but as I was scrolling through, there are people who have 5 different things on their profile because just in case you need any of these. And if I were to ask them what kind of sales are they making, they go, I'm not. I don't understand. I don't understand why nobody's coming to me. Because you don't look like you're an expert at any one thing. You might get away with it on Facebook, although I don't know how. But on LinkedIn, you got to be a professional in one thing. You've got to pick your lane and stick with it. So now we're going to come to completing your summary and your about section. So Terry, this is yours. I did a screenshot of yours, and this is what you have in your about section. Okay, now notice on every page, if somebody's just looking at a section, what will follow you always is what is in your headline. Home biz marketer helping baby boomers. This is what they will see over and over again. Okay. They won't see the banner photo where you talk about branding, which is while you were off the phone, we suggested that maybe you call yourself a branding expert because that's what's in your banner photo. That's what you're offering. Right. So if you had here home biz branding expert or branding strategist and took away all the rest of it, it would be very clear. Terry Landworth, home biz marketing and branding strategist. Boom. Okay, that's what she does. Got it. That's what she does. But this is all you have about you down here. Unlock the 3-step top earner framework and learn how to get fresh leads and sales and signups in your business, leveraging the power of the internet. There's nothing here about branding.
Right.
And yet your profile, right, banner photo says you're a branding expert. So you have to decide for yourself, what are you? Are you a lead gen expert? Because that's what this looks like. Okay. Or are you a branding expert? What do you feel, Terry? What do you feel like you have more experience in? How to get leads or how to brand somebody?
I would say in branding.
Really? What do you call branding?
Branding yourself. And since I went through the Go for Yes training with you, I am feeling pretty confident that with that, helping people to go that route.
Well, what is that route? I'm asking you to
okay.
verbalize
Well, a pain they've had in the past that they've overcome, or
okay, that's not actually branding on LinkedIn. No, that's why I wanted to bring it up.
Okay.
Okay, branding is where you've got the experience of being able to give them the whole brand picture. You can give them their one-liner, you can give them their graphics, you can, the colors. That's what a branding expert is considered to be on LinkedIn. So for some of you, really important to look up what these terms mean, because some of us have been using them over on Facebook, kind of like branding light. So Terry, what you were talking, what I do in Go for Yes, that's branding light.
Okay.
But I'm actually teaching you how to attract your audience, which is lead gen. And MLSP is all about how to attract leads and turn them into sales. Have you ever seen MLSP call themselves a branding expert?
No.
No. So we want to, if that's what you're going to give as MLSP and go for yes, then what you want to say is you're a lead gen expert, a home biz lead gen expert. I can help you attract your ideal audience and turn
Okay.
these leads into sales. Make sense?
It does, yes.
Okay, what are you taking away from it so far?
I will be rewriting my that stuff so it all fits together. As a lead gen expert, I think that fits better.
And it does. And in the about section, you can take all the swipe copy for go for yes.
Yeah.
And put it here. The more complete. Now, as I said, you have an all-star, I'm not speaking this part, you have an all-star account. What's happening is there's lots, LinkedIn is sending you people, but you're missing out on sales because you have to be congruent.
Right.
Okay, good. Wonderful. So this is Tiffany's, and everybody can see it's looks different. Then it's Tiffany up here. You have educational consultant, business mentor. Does, without reading through all of this, does this explain what BioRains is?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm looking for the term in here. Where will I find BioRains?
So when you go into the about me on the second paragraph there, where it says I'm a holistic wellness, speaking out and educating.
Yeah, but you haven't told us that's your company. Is that your company, BioRains?
Yes.
Okay. Educational consultant at BioRains, not educational founder of BioRains. Educational consultant, if that's what you want to keep. Founder, BioRains. Whoop. Yeah. Does that, okay, we went, let me go back. Go back. All right. Can you see what's missing here? It's not it sounds like you are a consultant for BioRains and nobody knows what BioRains is.
Well, I am a consultant for them because I don't own the company.
Oh, you do. Okay, so it's a network marketing biz?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, so again, we want to go back to what we said a moment ago when we were talking about branding. What are you going to call yourself now?
Productivity strategist.
Okay, and so then you can still say about yourself, I'm a wife and mother of 3 girls, but the whole toxic free lifestyle goes out the window now.
Okay.
Now the productivity comes in. And then as you meet people and you sell them your productivity services, you'll get to build friendship with them. And then they may need your toxic free products. So Tiffany, see, you've got 2 options, but you've chosen the productivity. So we definitely need that productivity to show up. And by the way, I didn't mention it, and I noticed that you're using the default banner from LinkedIn. So you're wasting, we're going to talk about the space there in a little bit. You definitely want to create a banner.
Okay.
And do you use Canva? Have you ever used Canva?
Yes, I have.
Okay. By the way, I can't tell who it is, but there's some kids playing games, which I'm loving. They're having a good time. But just so you know, we can hear them.
Oh, sorry. Hold on a minute.
Okay. Well, we're going to go on. So you can see this, you can put a lot of information in your about section or have a little bit. Terry still got an all-star, even though she had a little bit. But what's missing is if somebody comes, looks at her profile, it's not congruent. For Tiffany, she's talking about holistic health and about her home, and she educates people on the healing benefits of her products. But it's not a professional service. So now she's going to switch over to productivity services, productivity consulting. Yes, Tiffany, is that what I'm understanding? Okay, well, okay, are you there?
Yep.
Okay, so I was saying I was talking about how much information we can put in the about section, and the more we have, the better. With that said, if you really want to attract people who need productivity services, I think that would be a better thing for LinkedIn, definitely better than people who want CBD. And they're not coming to LinkedIn to look for CBD. Where do you think they'd be going if they want CBD?
On Facebook
Or where else?
or even over on Instagram.
Right? Or Amazon.
Well, no, because Amazon, you can't have CBD on at all. You
Well,
can have
but there's companies that do different things and stuff. But I'm saying they're searching. They're going to search.
right.
They're
right.
not likely to search by CBD or holistic on LinkedIn. They might be searching for chiropractor. They
Right.
might be searching for nurse. They might be searching for homeopathic doctor. They might be searching for regular doctor or naturopathic doctor. They're going to look for somebody who's licensed because their mindset is in the professional arena. Okay. Am I saying everybody? No. But if you want the largest number of people coming to you, we want search terms that they're likely to be searching for. Productivity expert, that's a big one in the corporate world and in the professional world. Yeah. All right, so showing your experience is next. Number 4. So Terry, here we are again, and you've got only 2 items under experience: being self-employed and being an internet network specialist, which you did for 7 years. Is that the only work experience you've ever had?
No.
What other work experience have you had?
I did online book sales.
Okay, so you have sales experience.
Yes.
You have internet sales experience.
Right.
And you now are going to be a lead gen expert, right? Lead
Right.
generation expert. Don't you think your sales experience would be really good here?
Yes.
Yes. What if instead of self-employed, you also said owner? And you gave your company a name. You gave yourself a name. What name could you give to your lead gen strategy making business?
I never thought of that.
I know. That's what LinkedIn makes possible for all of us.
Yes. And it says here that, it shows the blog. We don't even have that anymore.
Okay, well, you're going to have some changes, and that's what I'm going to suggest to you. Rather than just saying self-employed, founder dash, give your company a name. Okay, internet network specialists. We're here to inspire home-based business owners, offer tools, tips, and strategies to run effective businesses online. Is that what you called the company, internet network specialists?
No.
Okay, what did you call the company back then?
We called it BT Landy for Bill and Terry Landra.
Okay, so now so switch it. It would, instead of internet network specialist, BT Landy, and then the description would be lead gen strategies.
Okay.
Along those lines. Do you see? So this is how we're setting it up to look professional. All right,
Right.
let's go on to Tiffany. So Tiffany, this is the experience. And this was where it finally made sense what BioRains is. Self-employed, and you sell My Daily Choice, and you're a CBD educator. Okay, but you're not really a CBD expert in the eyes of the world. And I don't mean to cause you harm or upset. It's like, it's the term we use for those of us in network marketing. We educate about our products. Now this will come off unless you can say that you taught productivity skills inside of your business.
Makes sense.
Okay, so I'm not telling you to change it. I'm just saying, if you decide to stick with CBD, you're going to have to find a way to make it look more professional. If you're doing productivity, that is professional. You'll just have to change your profile. Who is it you ultimately want to sell your productivity skills to?
People like chiropractic and who serve in the health and wellness industry.
Okay, what do you mean by productivity? Let's stop here and really test this out. What do you mean by productivity?
So, I guess that I was going more with the network marketing side versus a coaching side, learning.
No, I'm asking
from
you, what does productivity mean to you?
To balance the mind, to balance the body.
Now, that's not productivity in the business world. So that's okay. So great. I'm glad we're talking about this. Productivity means time-saving strategies to produce profitability. In the business world, that's what productivity means.
Okay.
Now, if you're talking about you want to help a doctor's office help their staff work together better, okay? So that would be staff, well, it wouldn't even be staff management. And I'm being honest with you, we're really stretching it right here. Because what you really want is you want to be able to sell CBD products to doctors and healthcare. That's what you want. Okay, if that's what you want, then if it was me, instead of trying to call yourself a productivity specialist, instead of calling yourself an educational consultant, I would call yourself a CBD educator. Just be straight about it. You're a CBD educator.
Makes sense. Matches better.
Yeah, and that's it. And then if you're going to contact doctors and nursing firms and others, then great. Then it's very straight up there. If you're looking for CBD and you need someone to educate you about it, let me know. I am a experienced CBD educator. Now, here's the thing. Why do you have CBD educator on here twice for the same dates?
I didn't even see that it went the same dates. I guess it shouldn't be the same dates.
Well, it is May 2018 to the present.
No, I don't know. I didn't even see that.
Okay, so you'll probably want to take a look. See, this is why it's a good idea to go look over our profiles too. All right, so I'm glad we went through that whole exercise and came back out to, all right, you're a CBD educator. Just be straight up about it. And you can even say CBD educator serving the healthcare industry.
Makes total sense.
Okay, now there's no confusion. Good. Wonderful. All right, now we're going to talk about adding our education. So here's Terry. Terry, your education, you have a BS in art and art history and law enforcement police recruit school. Good for you. Thank you for your service.
That's Bill.
Okay, well, but it says you at the top.
I know. I used to have both our names on there.
Okay, well, if we make changes, we have to be congruent all the way around. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, in this particular case, all right, you've got art history. That's great. Where's the education you have for social media marketing, for lead gen? That's what they're looking at. Is where did you get educated on that?
MLSP.
Exactly.
Go for yes. Yeah.
Well, no, not go for yes.
Okay.
My Lead System Pro. Have you done workshop 1?
Yes.
Have you done workshop 2?
No.
All right, workshop 1. So education, My Lead System Pro, social media training and tools organization, completed workshop 1. Completed this course. Then you could do completed Go for Yes training or Masterclass. Okay. Did you buy the Masterclass? Go for Yes?
Yes, I have that. Yes.
Okay. Do you have Instant Authority?
I don't believe I have that one.
Okay, so Norbert's course is Instant Authority, which some of you are going to suggest at the end. you might want to go through that, because for some folks, you're starting to realize it's about stepping into your true authority and expertness. So whatever courses that you want to put here that you've completed under My Lead System Pro to prove to people you've gotten training in lead gen.
Mhm.
And hopefully that's a big boom. For those of you who are watching, I know I haven't been checking in with you. I'm going through this and then I will. But go ahead and drop a boom at this point. If you just realized you could put My Lead System Pro's training programs under your education if you want to show up like a social media expert. You've paid money for them. You can go ahead. You can even say affiliate training, because that's what Mammals TP. Look, I know what I'm talking about. My Lead System Pro provides affiliate training every day. So you could put that. So Terry, look at all the education you could now be adding. So even though you've got an all-star account, if we really want it to appeal to your audience,
Right.
you got to beef up the profile. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. And Tiffany, you didn't have any education, which is why I didn't show it. So what do you think you could do now? So you say you're a CBD educator. What courses have you taken from your company, or what training have you gotten from your company to back up that you're a CBD educator?
So I could probably take the tools that they provide and list that over, that backs up the nutritional sides and things like into that degree.
Yeah, absolutely. Show people, if you're calling yourself an educator, you've got to show education to back it up. All right, number 6, we're coming on home, a home stretch. List your skills. So this is where we get to tell the world the skills we have. This is Terry, social media, leadership, marketing. And Terry, there are many others, I believe, here. I just got one page of it.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we do this? So that our connections can come over and give us credit. They can say, yes, I agree. Terry Landreth is an expert in social media. I agree. She's an expert in leadership. I agree. She's an expert in marketing. This is social proof. We don't get this on Facebook, right? Tiffany, Terry, there's no place.
No.
Well, if you have a business page, people can write a review for you. This is why. So we want to put down as many skills,
Mm-hmm.
right? So every skill we have, if we're good at task management, if we are good at word processing, I'm just going to say, if we're great at toxic-free living tips, anything, but not everything. Anything that supports the audience, we choose. Nothing extra that could confuse them. So just because I could be a dog groomer, if I say I'm a team attraction, retention, management expert, I'm not still going to, even though I took it out of my headline, I'm not going to put it under skills down here. Pet groomer. Why? If they don't care, okay, it's not like Facebook where we're showing all our interests. Skills and endorsements is, these are skills that make me good at what I've told you I can do. Tiffany, Terry, makes sense?
Makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. And Tiffany, here's yours. Customer service. All right. I'm going to tell you, remove customer service. Educators are not in customer service.
I think what it's doing is taking what I had listed as my previous jobs.
Tiffany, you would have had to put these in here. Just so you know, we create the skills and endorsements. Maybe at one time LinkedIn did, but now it's up to you to go in and you choose the skills and endorsements. But for everybody, I want to say customer service put you into a uniform behind a counter or in a telemarketing room on the phone. Not an expert. So for everybody, remove customer service in LinkedIn. It does not mean what you think it means. It means you're really good at listening to people's complaints and resolving their problems. Marketing, team building, productivity, lead gen, website development, affiliate marketing, network marketing. This is where you could put those skills and endorsements. So Tiffany, everything okay with that? You good?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. All right. This
You
is
give me a
mine.
lot of eye openers.
Well, that was the whole idea, was to give you eye openers. And notice, so I'm going to come back here. And I'm not picking on you. I'm just noticing, Terry, can you see how few endorsements you have? Oh, marketing, you got 29. That's pretty good. Okay. I know you're not asking people to endorse you. Over here, Tiffany, 5, 7, 5. I wanted to show mine. 99. When you get more than 99, they just say 99 plus. Small business, entrepreneurship, wellness coaching, which I'm actually going to remove that, even though there's 99. I have pages and pages of things that I put myself down for. Now, I have made a shift, and for a while I was doing wellness coaching, and now I'm going to remove that. How is it that I got so many endorsements? Well, I've been working LinkedIn. And working LinkedIn, okay, I've really come up with different skills. So social media marketing, nutrition, blogging, published author. I'm going through this list myself and trimming it down. And you can see I have a lot in most of these areas: coaching, stress, public speaking, lifestyle coaching. Okay. How did I get them? I asked for the recommendations. And I'm going to teach you all how to ask for recommendations. So there's a recommendations area right under the skills area. Usually if you ask people for a written recommendation, they'll also do the endorsement, which is right above it. So this is, I'm about to show you in your recommendations area, there'll be an area right here. Can you both see that? Ask for a recommendation.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So this is what it looks like. You click on it and it says, who do you want to ask? Don't be surprised if I send you both one at the end of this. And you're welcome to send me one too. All right. So this is what you do. And then, so I actually put in Stephanie. Stephanie was with me yesterday. And hi, Stephanie, could you write me a recommendation? Now I could send it off like that, but she's probably not going to, excuse me, I'm attempting to move something around here and it's not working. She's not going to, oh boy, okay, I'm going to leave it. She's not, what she's going to say, a recommendation for what? And I'll give her some prompting. Well, you know that I helped you be able to attract your ideal audience. Could you write a recommendation about that? Okay, so you want to be able to give people a suggestion of how to write the recommendation. And then they'll fill it out and they will, and it automatically go onto your profile. And then we have volunteer experience. This is where we look like good folk, people who do good in the world. Tiffany and Terry, you did not have anything under your volunteer experience, so I can't show you. So I went to Stephanie, and she's here. She's executive board member of Bona Vista Programs, Economic Empowerment, and a board member of the Howard County Library System. Like, wow. All right, so she gives back. Right now, there's goodwill in the world for her. She's not just all about business. She's doing, but no, she didn't say, I like to water ski, although you could. you could. She's talking about, because she's an engineer to entrepreneur, she's making sure that she's communicating the volunteer experience she's done that makes sense for her profile.
Mhm.
Now I've talked with Stephanie, and there's a little bit too much up here. So engineer to entrepreneur can be there, home business mentor, work-life balance strategist. I would say one or the other. She's either a home business mentor or she's a work-life balance strategist, not both. It's because it causes people to go, well, how do those fit together? Are they separate? Whoop, come on back. All right. Now, computer, hands off. All right, best-selling author. That's great to have in the title. That gives immediate credibility. But the rest of it, you can see help part-time, whatever, you can't even see it. So you want to shorten it and get right to the point. So Stephanie, thank you. Your volunteer experience looks fabulous. And now we're going to go into the interests area. Okay, so Terry, these are your interests. Association of Social Entrepreneurs. Great, it's a group. You're following Simon Sinek. You're interested in network marketing training platform. Good, that fits with lead gen. Making money from your home computer fits. Health and wellness products and professionals. You're interested in health and wellness. This would be the only place that would make sense to put that is under your interests, not your business skills. Very good. That's
Makes
great.
sense.
Okay, here's Tiffany. All right, Microsoft Excel users. You're interested in learning how to use Microsoft Excel, or you're really good at Microsoft Excel. Okay, then make sure you've put that in your skills, that you have a skill of being a Microsoft Excel expert. You're following Damon John from the Shark Group. Okay, a lot of people do that. You're interested in CBD and cannabis group. Perfect. Walt Disney Company, well, it makes us smile. And that's fine. It's an interest of yours. You love Disney. All right. Whitney Johnson, the best way to manage through disruption. So you're letting people know you follow her, and you're following Corey Berry, the chief executive officer at Best Buy. That's great. That's fine. These are the things you're interested in. Nice, well-rounded, and there's more. It's all that could fit on the page. Okay, these are mine. The Sales Association. I'm a global team leadership expert. Actually, that changed. I changed that earlier. I got to go figure out why it didn't change it. I did change it. Oh, that was from last night. That's why. This is a screenshot from last night. That's what, now you can see what it used to be. And if you check out my profile today, you'll see I changed it. All right. And then I follow Creel Price, an entrepreneur and educator. Nicholas Bordas, VP at TBWA Worldwide. He's got a lot of followers. Tim Ferriss, best-selling author. Live Life to the Fullest Inner Circle is a group that I'm a part of. And an AI expert, CEO, because I'm interested in all that kind of stuff. And if you go into all my interests, but I'm going to show you why you want to have a lot of interests as well. This is a continuation of yesterday of where to find people to be able to make connections with. All right, so here's under my interests, LinkedIn has them grouped according to influencers, companies, and groups. Gretchen Rubin is an influencer I'm interested in following. Okay, so I went to Gretchen, to her page. People have endorsed her for social media. I want to connect with people who are interested in social media. Are you guys following me? Are you able to see this?
Yeah.
Okay. If I click on that, I see the 2,031 people who endorsed her for social media. Do you see second? Now, if I went straight to their pages, if they were really my audience, let's take Kristen. If she was really my audience and I went to her profile, I wouldn't be able to send her a message. I tried, but I can send it from here because LinkedIn says, oh, the two of you have something in common. So this is another way to make connection requests with people who are interested in specific interests. Isn't that cool? Like, boom, boom,
I just
boom, boom
learned that
for
yesterday
everybody.
from you.
Okay, well that's great. All right, so let me stop sharing, and we did it in just under an hour.
Hey,
I am happy to stay for about 15 minutes, and I'm looking on through my phone to the questions that might be coming in. Tiffany, Terry, what was of most value to you?
To learn actually how to set up now correctly my profile, who I want to serve, and to become a more professional look over on LinkedIn.
Marvelous. So it was helpful.
Very helpful.
Great. Terry, how about for you?
very helpful. And I would say adding, going in each of the areas like my interest, my education, and putting things in there that fit my what my audience would be looking for, would be interested also.
Yeah, that's it's the interests area where we get to see ourselves as full people. Up until that point, it all has to be focused on what do they want to see. Does
Right.
it all is it in congruence with each other? Or are we asking people to think too hard about what this means with that? Like, how do these two things go together? It's almost like putting them back in Sesame Street. And it's like, which of these things doesn't belong, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, I didn't come to LinkedIn to do that. Not what I want to do here. So wonderful. All right. I'm going, if you guys will come over with me, you women, come
Sure.
over to me to the VIP group, and let's see if we can find the folks who are talking to us. There's day 2. Oh my gosh, 270
Wow.
comments already.
You got a lot coming in.
We do. All right, here they are. Okay, I'm going to start at the most current and work our way back. Are the interests searchable or mainly for LinkedIn to recommend people? Well, the interests, I don't really know what you mean by are the interests searchable. You're choosing things when you go into that area. It's going to ask you what influencers you want to follow, what companies do you want to follow, what groups do you follow. So I need a little bit more input on what you mean by searchable, because everything's searchable. That's how you're able to choose. Okay, Paul's saying he has to start over. Debbie says terms make all the difference, like customer service. Terry, your long hair should be in your profile pic.
Yeah, I had short hair on that, so it's been a while.
Okay, Rachel's putting up her LinkedIn. Paul's gold and silver on LinkedIn. I'm an affiliate with a company. I understand, but again, gold and silver, who do you want to reach? And what service do they need? Are they looking for gold and silver? Are they looking for investment opportunities? If they're looking for investment opportunities, then you want to call yourself an investment expert, if that's why you're selling gold and silver. If you're wanting to connect with other network marketers, then that's okay. You can call yourself a network marketer. So go back to the beginning of this conversation, look at the professional services, and decide if you fit into one of those or can. Otherwise, you can call yourself a network marketer or a gold and silver rep, and then you'll just be really talking to other gold and silver reps or other home marketing experts because you haven't identified what problem they have that needs to be resolved. Somebody asked me about virtual assistants. So that's administrative services, virtual assistants, administrative services. You could even call yourself a virtual assistant on LinkedIn. That is now a recognized business category, business services category. So The service they need is a virtual assistant. The service somebody needs is not likely to be gold and silver. That's not a service, that's a product. The product solves the problem of investments. So the service is investment opportunities. So Tiffany, you nodded. Did that make sense to you? The way I
Yes.
said that? Any way that you think I could say it more clearly?
No, I think you really captured it.
Okay, yeah. So we're looking at what is the service we provide. Okay, if we have a specific company name, should we set up a business profile? So Melissa, that's really up to you. A business profile is not going to get you very much unless you're planning on recruiting staff. If it was me, I would just focus on the one personal profile and really make sure that that is complete, because you're going to be making connections personal profile to personal profile. If you set up a business profile, you're going to start getting people coming to you for jobs, looking to be hired. Monique says, nicely done, Stephanie. Boom. Tony Robbins too. Philip loves Ferris. Cool. Okay. Monique, affiliate and network marketing can go in skills. Exactly. Those are skills you've acquired. Customer retention specialist could be a title or it could be a skill. Angela says, I don't see customer service in a uniform behind a counter, but would you say you need to be specific what customer you want to serve? The term, Angela, thanks for bringing that up. In business, customer service rep, and Angela, I know you've come from the nursing industry, but in business, customer service rep is somebody who is an hourly employee who clocks in and out, and they're either in a telephone room on the phones performing customer service duties, or they're behind a counter, or for example, in Best Buy, they're wearing a shirt, right? In Target, they're wearing a shirt. That's what's meant on LinkedIn by customer service rep. So if you have customer service skills, then you would call yourself a customer service expert, customer service consultant, customer service strategist. That would be the term, not customer service rep or just customer service. That was a great question. Okay, I actually worked remotely on the phone as a customer service rep. If you think the skills there make sense to what you're doing now, like you gained customer service experience, then yeah, you can keep it. I wouldn't put it in the skills area. I might put it in my past job experience. That would be where it would go, or under education, past job, education, if it fits. So great question. My screen is blurred. Tiffany, is my screen blurred?
No, you're good. You're clear.
Okay, then I would say, Johan, your screen is blurred. Wipe off your camera, hon. All right. Why not give them a recommendation before asking for one back? Melissa, of course you can. Of course you can. I always do mutual. All right. For recommendations, can we type out testimonials and enter it to recommendations? They are the ones who are recommending you. So if you wanted to write one out and tell them to write it in, yes, you send them what you want them to say, if that's how you want to do it. And then they have to type it into LinkedIn. It's not a copy and paste. Okay. If your volunteer experience is from years ago, Tony, I'll leave that to you. You decide if you think it's relevant. They're really asking for what volunteer experience have you ever had. So if it's relevant or you're proud of it, put it in. Terry, Tiffany, would you agree with that? Or do you think there's a cap?
Yeah, I would think so. It's experience.
Okay. Maureen, if you don't know anyone to ask for a recommendation, it means you haven't started making connections yet on LinkedIn. So start making connections in the way that I suggested yesterday. Start reaching out to people, and then eventually you'll have people who can. But you know what? You actually do, Maureen. You're here. Ton of us are now on LinkedIn playing with our profiles. You know me. I mean, please don't bombard me. I'm just going to say, happy to provide I will do an endorsement. I won't write a recommendation for somebody that I have not worked with. I'm very, to me, I want to be in integrity. If I write a recommendation, I want it to be for something I actually experienced. I can endorse any of you for social media skills because I know you're being trained. You're an MLSP. So I will give you an endorsement if you ask me and if you exchange with me. I don't expect you to write me an endorsement unless you've been through Go for Yes or you've been in one of my challenges and you could actually write one. But we could exchange endorsements very easily. Betsy, LinkedIn does not seem to update the year's experience. I put start year to present. Why does LinkedIn not update the year's experience? Actually, they always have for me. In fact, every day I get notifications of people who are having work anniversaries. Tiffany, you've been on for a while. Do you get those in your notifications?
I do. Yes.
And Terry, you probably.
Yes, I do. Mhm.
Yeah. So LinkedIn does update, but it's based upon the year you started. And on your anniversary, they'll update it. So I'm not quite sure why it's not happening for you. How can you
Stacy,
add more stuff in your interest section? You go in and edit your interests. There's a edit button right there. All right. Let's go back a little bit further. You guys still good on time? Another 5 minutes? Okay.
There's a couple of questions on about MLSP.
Yeah.
They're questioning if you would specifically mention MLSP. I thought you mentioned, you said something about the training you got from MLSP.
No, I specifically said My Lead System Pro. I would actually put it on there. My Lead we're not doing curiosity posts here.
Right.
This is our profile.
Okay.
And so Terry, I'm speaking to everyone now
Right.
with the questions. So if your training came from a legitimate training organization, which My Lead System Pro is, it's been around for 13 years. It's got a global reputation. I would actually put that on there if you want to, if it's relevant to what you say you have to bring to the table. So all the courses, okay, that's what I would do. For me, I have my books. I have other training programs I've done. I will probably be adding My Lead System Pro on there for my LinkedIn training and for a few others. I just haven't gotten there yet as I've been preparing for this. So there's no reason not to put it. If it's provided you with the training to be able to give training to other people, I would put it on there. So that's a great question. Was there another one? Terry,
Yes,
you?
They were
Sorry.
asking about if you put My Lead System Pro in there, wouldn't they just leave and look up My Lead System Pro?
They could. And that's why I'm leaving it to folks to decide what to do. They could. Very easily. You might then just want to put the name of the courses and not the name of the company. Completely up to you. Tiffany, did you say you had a question?
I did in relevance to, I have the customer service on my side. So my regular job is customer service.
Okay, so this is, and I was just getting to that as well. What if you have a job? Okay, those of you who have a job, if your LinkedIn profile is for your job, you may need to create a second profile if you're wanting to attract people for your side business. You can't, this is what I'm talking about. You can't do both with one profile. So if you have one for your job because you want people to know you work for this company, maybe it's there because that is for your resume purposes, which is what LinkedIn was originally created for. Then of course you would put down your job, but you're doing it for an audience, which would be somebody who's going to hire you for a similar or better job. If your audience is not going for your side hustle, is not going to hire you for that kind of job, you need a second profile.
That makes sense.
Right. And my question is, and there's nothing wrong with this, I just want to put it out there. I know lots of people who love their job. They only want to have a side hustle. They see themselves staying in their job until retirement. They love it. They make good money. It's fine. If they were to get hunted by a recruiter for more money, they're happy with that. Okay, so I just want to say that to folks. If you're in that category where you love your job and you wouldn't mind if a headhunter came through LinkedIn and found you and offered you the opportunity to interview for a job, then definitely keep that profile and create a second one. But if you're somebody who you can't wait to get out of that work, then why do you have a profile letting everybody know you work there? In that case, I would completely redo the profile for the business you really want to attract and take all references to the company off. But again, it's all based upon your rules of your company and your relationship with that company. But yeah, we can't speak, with two tongues. We've got one tongue in the mouth, and we're speaking with one tongue at a time. All right, we're not flipping burgers and cutting hair at the same time. Did you guys see any others?
How do you create a second profile?
Well, you would need a different contact information, but linked, you would set up that second profile the way you set up your first one. You'd probably just need a different email address, and you might have to come up with a different phone number. I'm not sure. For sure, a different email address.
Dee is asking, what is the correct service category for a professional finance educator and coach?
Okay, let us put that up. And this will be the last question, because again, we're going to go further into that on the last day, but to get folks started. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, let me get that up. And now I'm going to screen share. All right, so let's play a game, the three of us. So Tiffany, one more time, what is she asking?
What would be the correct category for personal finance educator / coach? An appropriate headline.
All right, so Tiffany, let's take a look at the categories. It feels a little bit like Jeopardy. Which category do you think that would fit under? It's financial,
I would
right?
go with accounting.
Yeah. It's under, well, it's either tax or accounting, right?
Yes, financial services.
Financial services, or it's consulting. Under consulting. Financial services consulting. Terry, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that's probably where it would go.
Which one? We've said a few.
Oh, consulting.
Yeah. Financial services consultant.
Yes.
Yeah, makes it simple.
Mm-hmm.
I provide financial service consulting. So what's happening here is, for some of us, we love the freedom of not having to peg ourselves into a hole, right? Customer service rep, sales rep, bookkeeper, accountant. Like, many of us are like, I threw that off and now I get to be a toxic-free living educator. Well, for LinkedIn, you got to go back to something that is recognizable in the business world. Unless you just want to call yourself a network marketer talking to other network marketers, okay? In which case I wouldn't recommend that. I would call myself a social media expert for the network marketing industry. Now I've got services that they need, and it'll be more like this. So, but it's up to each of you to choose what you feel comfortable with. And as I said, if you're not familiar with the Instant Authority program that Norbert put together, it is under your product campaigns, and it is the most phenomenal program to help people step in to the value, the worth, the worthiness of the wisdom that you've acquired. So I introduce you, as Terry said, I introduce you to those concepts in the Go for Yes on Social Challenge, also under guides here in the group. For those of you who went further on into my Go for Yes Masterclass, we talked about limiting beliefs that keep us from making sales. And the next thing after the masterclass, I think we lost Tiffany somehow. There she is. The next thing after the masterclass would be Norbert's Instant Authority program, or instead of the masterclass. If you feel like you just aren't worthy, you don't know your value, then I would go to that course and look at all the modules in it that have to do with how you tap in to deserving and worthiness. It's a marvelous, marvelous course. And with that for today, I'd say we went way over. I want to say thank you to Terry and Tiffany for being willing to let me pick apart your profiles. And
I appreciate it.
well, you're welcome. And notice you still got an all-star profile, right? That's LinkedIn had already said you've got stuff in most of the sections. You're good.
Yeah.
And it's not producing sales for you in the way that you want. Now
Right.
make these tweaks. Your connections will be much more of the type that you want, and it'll be much easier to transform those connections into sales. So I look forward to hearing about that. And to all of you, let me know you've already got leads after yesterday. You started playing, you went into groups, you started making connections. People are responding, they're accepting you. Congratulations. I'm thrilled for you that you did it even without having your profile perfect. So don't let this stop you. Don't let today stop you. Keep doing what I taught you yesterday. This is just the next step towards being able to have people see you the way you want them to see you on LinkedIn. So thanks, everyone. We'll be back tomorrow. It's been fun.
Thank
Take
you
care.
so much.
My pleasure.
Thank
I
you.
look forward to hearing what changes for you. Bye.
Bye.